In this video, we're going to look at what is eligible tuition, how you can claim it on a tax return, and how you can transfer it to a parent or grandparent. So we're going to get started here with the eligible tuition fee. So why do you even have this tuition tax credit? Well, the government wants to incentivize the people to invest in their education. So for you to go and be a more skilled worker. So they incentivize you by giving you a credit that allows you to get up to 15% back on your tax return. So if, for example, you had $10,000 in the year of tuition, you would get back about $1,500 on your tax return as a refund if you had taxes owing in that year. Okay. Now, if you don't have any taxes owing, you didn't work at all, you don't need to claim it. You can continue to carry it forward and claim it in another year when you owe taxes. Okay. So that's indefinite. You don't need to claim it in the same year, so you don't have to feel pressured there. Now, what is the eligible tuition fee? Okay, so it says generally a course taken in 2025 at an educational institution in Canada will qualify for a tuition tax credit if it was either taken at a post-secondary education and for individuals 16 years of age or older at the end of the year who are developing, improving skills in an occupation. Okay, so most of the time it'll be taken at a post-secondary educational institution. And then it says fees paid by an individual to a post-secondary educational institution in Canada that provides courses. Okay, so it's essentially your tuition fee as well, as long as you're paying it. And then they have these special things where it says the official tax receipt. So you'll actually receive the amount from your educational institution regarding the amount that you can claim. Okay, so they're going to send you a tax slip. So for you to qualify for this, you must have paid more than $100 in the year. Okay, if you paid less than that, you will not receive that slip and you will not be able to claim it. So you don't have to do any of the thinking there. You can just wait until you get that tuition slip credit, and you can input it on your tax return. So you don't have to think more about it. So here's the list of what is included. You have admission fees, exemption fees, examination fees, all these different fees here that are allowed. And if you're wondering how the transfer works, you have up to $5,000, a maximum that you can transfer to a parent, grandparent, spouse, or whomever. Okay, they have an example here of who they, if you're interested. But essentially, what this is for is if you had a parent, grandparent that was paying for your education, the government allows you to transfer this credit to them so that they can claim it on their tax return. So you would lose it. You would lose it on your return, and you wouldn't be able to carry it forward in the future, but they would be able to claim that they would be able to claim that credit on their tax return, and it's considered fair if they are paying for your education. This is the Wealthsimple tax software you can use to file your 2025 tax return. If you're planning on filing your tax return, this is the one I recommend. Click the link in the description. You can get $25 if you fund your account by $100. So why not make some more money during the tax season? $25 return is not so bad. Again, you can find that in the description below. So here you can see when you're going down, you want to look at the amount owing here. So we're going to see how that actually changes when we use the tuition tax credit. So how do we actually input the tuition tax credit? You'll find this tuition and education's amount. You'll go down here, and it'll ask you, were you a student? Yes, you were. Okay. And then you will add a slip here. So the type of slip, it'll be the T2202. You'll find what name or program or course. So you're going to say, I don't know, UBC, University of British Columbia, and we paid $10,000 in the year. We were part-time 0 months, but we were full-time 12. So look at that. That changes that 1,450, close to that 1,500 change there that we were expecting. Okay, so we're gonna go and we'll find, this is if you're claiming for yourself. All right, so again, this is you were claiming this amount yourself. Now if you were to transfer it, and you're looking to transfer it, or maybe you're trying to receive a transfer from someone else, like you're the parent and you want to input this from a child, you would go in here and you would have to add a dependent. Okay, so you'll add a dependent. You'll look at the dependent here. You add the name. The relationship to you is a child. The date of birth of the child. So that's very important. We can just say 2009, the random date here. And we'll say if there is a child, if there is tuition transferred from your dependent. So did the child go and were they at a post-secondary school? So you'll say yes. And we can say how much of that is transferred, that full 5,000. So you can see, again, we're using the child is transferring 5,000 to the tuition from the tuition tax credit to you. So this is the way that you are claiming it. All right. So you're going to go down and now you can see that our tax owing actually went down by $725, which is kind of the expected amount there. What we did here is we claimed tuition tax credit ourselves because we went to a post-secondary education. At the same time, we are also transferring from the child and claiming an additional 5,000 from them because we can, okay? And again, that was the rule around transferring that credit amount. Very important here. So like and subscribe to this channel for more practical Canadian tax guidance videos. Remember, this is just general tax information, not personalized tax advice.